All right, we are on a Yellowstone Teton round 2 tour. This time we are coming in from the opposite direction. We had a wedding in Buffalo, so we're gonna come through Cody, Wyoming, and we're gonna spend some time in Lamar Valley, try to get some awesome wildlife photos this year, and then make our way back down to the Tetons, and we might get into the Wind River Range. So we're just kind of playing things by ear. There's a lot of smoke that we're dealing with. And a lot of storms coming through, a lot of thunder, lightning, all sorts of stuff. So here we go, round 2. We used the beta from last year's trip to Yellowstone and the Tetons to figure out exactly what we wanted to make sure we saw on this trip. So if this is your first time going to these parks, then make sure to click the link in the description below to watch last year's trip. Here's our new $80 setup to go along with our glamping setup, and it is this bug netting, which is awesome because it's pretty good size and you can fit your tent in there, you can fit your chairs, stove, you can cook, hang out, and not have to worry about all the bugs.
It's pretty cold still.
There is a lot of different things to see in these areas, and every time you pull off the road, you'll find something that captures your attention. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time to really explore this area.
Oh, fuck. Go that way, buddy.
Some big males.
So, Brian and I are like stressing right now.
Still not over.
Still not over. That was a lot of bison and very close to the car.
Oh. Alright, day 1 is in the books. We only were in here for an hour and a half probably in Lamar Valley. Right away we had the bison herds coming through, and then right after that we saw a bunch of people pulled over and were looking at wolves. So we got to check off wolves off the list, even though they were way in the distance. And then on the way back, heading back to the campsite, there was a mama deer with a lot of babies, a couple babies with a spot still on it, and they were super cute. So tomorrow we'll be waking up early and going back to Lamar Valley. We'll see if we can see more wolves. Hopefully they're out super early. The one that we were watching was hunting, which was kind of cool. It was just too far out to actually get any photos of. But yep, until tomorrow.
I'm not sure why people feel the need to park so close to the bison, but like the big thing in Lamar Valley is like this is known for animal sightings in the morning, and give space and go slow, because Brian will tell you a story of what just happened.
So we made sure to get into Lamar Valley at 6 a.m. because we want to see early morning animals. And we see a moose towards the northeast gate, which is awesome.
That
moose
is
with her baby.
so rare in Yellowstone, at least.
Yeah, you see a lot more moose down in the Tetons. And so it was a moose, mama moose with her baby. And then you have an impatient person that literally chased them off the road. No surprise that it's a California driver.
Sorry, not sorry, California.
Yep. Sorry, not sorry. But come on, enjoy the wildlife while you're coming to the park. It's totally worth slowing down and taking a look.
Yeah. Speaking of wildlife, got some bison that we're passing. It's a beautiful morning in Lamar Valley, and we're hoping to see maybe more wolves today. We're gonna stop at the same spot.
The two most common areas to view wildlife in Yellowstone is Lamar Valley and Hayden Valley. Now Lamar Valley, where we are currently, is this big wide open space where you can see wildlife for miles around, which means sometimes they're really far out, just like that grizzly you saw a couple clips back. Alright, by 6:30 a.m. we had already seen moose, wolves, and bear. So it's been a great morning for animals. Now we are at the Slough Creek trailhead. I'm gonna go hike a little bit before the thunderstorms come in, which should be a couple hours. We're gonna make our way out towards the first meadow because there might be a mama black bear with cubs out there. So we'll see. Hopefully we can find her and maintain safe distance, but I think the cubs would be really cute.
I can't get over how funny it is hiking a trail and there's just a big bison coming straight down the middle of the road. So his road, our trail. Yeah, it's wild hiking in Yellowstone.
So far no black bears. There's bison way out in the distance, and we've seen a lot of little gopher things. And I think it's starting to become that time where a lot of the animals start going into the shade for the rest of the day. So we're probably not going to see the bears. But I would imagine in this meadow, with how quiet it is, if you're here bright and early, there's probably quite a few wildlife that you can see out here, which would be really cool. And it's neat right here too, because there's a couple cabins right there as well. We have awesome landscape. It's like kind of a hidden Lamar Valley without the people. Also, one thing to note is the bugs are really bad. We're getting eaten alive.
So today's kind of a go with the flow kind of day, just because we have thunderstorms coming in anytime now. I mean, timing's been kind of changing on the weather apps, but yeah, the ranger made it sound like it was going to be a lot of rain, so I don't know, we'll see. Every area is different. This is how busy Mammoth Hot Springs is at lunchtime on a Monday. This is definitely a touristy area. And it seems to be changing every year. Like even Brian and I are noticing, it seems like there's less water. It looks pretty dry. So that's just kind of how the park works, you know, it's an active volcano. And things are always changing. So just know, if you're gonna do Mammoth Hot Springs, get here like really early, because you will deal with this mess if you don't.
Alright, we are back at the Norris Geyser Basin. It's probably one of my more favorite zones, but it gets very busy, and so busy that people park miles down the road outside of the actual parking zone. Every time we've come, we've had front row parking, so sometimes you just have to test your luck. But it is awesome. This is only a small part of it, and it continues on way over there. Bunch of geysers, bunch of all sorts of stuff here. And it's super pretty, and every single one is a little bit unique. So to us, it definitely seems like the geysers are way less active compared to last year. So I don't know if that is just our timing of when we arrived, and maybe we got lucky last year, or if the dry season impacts it, or what. So I don't know, this whole area changes every single year, and maybe that's part of it. But if seasons and weather do impact it, that'd be kind of cool. So if you know, drop a comment in down below and let us know so that we can figure out the mystery of Yellowstone.
This is the overflow parking for Norris Geyser Basin that we were just in. And it goes in all directions. So there's a 4-way stop to enter this part. And literally every single side of the road looks like this. Crazy! Get here early. That's what I'm gonna keep saying this entire trip. So this is my personal favorite part of the park. I know it sounds crazy when you think about Old Faithful and Yellowstone Lake. I mean, there's a lot of really cool features obviously with Yellowstone, but for some reason I really like the artist paint pots. It's not super highlighted on the road. It still gets busy. We barely found a spot. We got really lucky, so that was exciting. But I love the mud paint pots. There's something about it, the way they bubble. They have personality. I know I'm crazy, but you should check it out. Artist paint pots. It's one of my favorites. Pretty cool that we can see that one from the road. It's downpouring. We're really glad we're not camping in this tonight. It soaked us when we were running out of check-in, but we are staying in a cabin tonight, so that'll be nice because it's doing a real good job.
It's supposed to do this all night.
Yeah, it's supposed to do this all night, so we feel slightly sorry for that tent over there. You can kind of see through the window. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit rough for tent camping tonight.
So far,
Well done.
Smells like the bathroom that we just went to.
Look at the bathroom after you were in there.